Welcome back again. I just came to why did I came? I don't know. Why did I come? I really don't know. But if you can hear me, just let me know. And before going here to talk about this price action, I just need to know if you can tell me where I wanted to see this market will go by today. I told that in the morning session clearly. So I need to make sure that you are with me around the morning session. So you have to tell me exactly what is gonna be the point this price. You have to tell me exact price where I wanted to see this market will come today in the morning session. After that beautiful morning session, I really don't need to trade this PM session. You have to understand that part as well. But before starting everything, you have to tell me exact number, this price, exact price where I wanted to see this market will come. For the clue, I can tell you that yesterday I wanted to see the price will come in that space first. Then if it wants to go higher, it will go higher, no problem. But at least it has to go to that specific price action. I mean, to that specific price. By the way, I'm looking for a buying opportunity over there. See this market structure shift. If it can make a fair value gap here, I'll try to look for a buy over here. Not going to take the entry, but not going to push the button. But if it can make a fair value gap around this area, that is my buying opportunity. Any kind of fair value gap over here. And obviously that has to be the immediate reaction. 45 people are watching. Nobody knows that what where I wanted to see the morning session where the market will go. Nobody knows that. This is disappointing, to be honest. If it is immediate reaction, that means it has to tap to this fair value gap. If it doesn't tap to this fair value gap, obviously I'm not going to take the buy. So if it tapped to this gap, as you can see, it didn't tap to this gap. So obviously I couldn't take that entry. Around 21, around 21, 211000. Let me check, Jack. Are you with me or not? Yes, almost we are okay. Yeah, around 21000, around that area. Yeah. Exactly to the 50% of that 1 minute gap. That was my expectation that this market will come around the morning session. Yeah, almost there. Just a bit. One, two, three. Within three candle, if it come to this gap, that I would love to take a buy here to this gap, to the top of this gap. Stop loss is going to be below the candle which has made this fair value gap. Target is going to be here, this relatively equal highs. In the meantime, we'll try to take a partial around here anywhere. So this is the last candle. If this candle give me the entries, this entry is valid. If it doesn't provide me that entry, it's not valid anymore. I'll talk about this later, why I'm thinking like that way. Okay, that could be the entry anywhere here. That could be the target anywhere here. We'll have to see if it works or not. In the meantime, I have to make sure that some kind of partial, maybe partial could be here, 27 handle. That could be the partial. That could be the target here, around that area. Let's see if it works or not. I don't want to see that body is going to close below the 50% of that fair value gap. If the candle close below this fair value gap, one tick below that fair value gap, I would just simply close that trade without any kind of hesitation. I'll just close this trade if one single body closed below this fair value gap. So somewhere like here, I saw that fair value gap has closed. I mean, body has closed here. I'll just close this trade. Stop loss should be there because we can did the damage. That means we can fall a little bit, then it can keep going higher. So that is why I have to put the stop loss over here. Would love to watch the body, how the body is going to work. If the body close one tick below this fair value gap, I will manually close this trade. And this is gonna be the target. Okay, that doesn't mean market has to come over here. Make sure that partial should be around this area. Okay, maybe here around this 23 handle or something like that. It can be a partial area wherever you would love to take the partial. Still now the body didn't close below this fair value gap. So far I can see this is the fake breakout. One candle closed below the 50% of this fair value gap, and the body has closed just above this 50% of this fair value gap. So still it is valid, no need to close it. What I can do, I can put my stop loss over here now. So now the stop loss is like 10 handle. If it doesn't work, I'll get stopped out by 10 handle. I'll talk about this, why I was looking for that buy. I'll talk about this after a bit. Just let's see if it works or not. When the body will close above this candle, it should work as an order block. This down close body close candle, it should work as an order block, and market should keep going higher respecting this order block. So one body has closed below the 50% of this fair value gap, another body has closed above this 50% of this fair value gap. Still this is valid. Stop loss has to be there. 10 handle risk for maybe 43 handle profit. Would love to see this will work as an order block and market will keep going higher. And this time I don't have any opportunity to close the trade manually, because if this market come back again below this fair value gap, I will get stopped out immediately. I'll get stopped out because that is stop loss is over here now. Previously I put it below this low because I didn't know how far this week will fall. So I didn't know that. That is why I put it below this low. Now I will put it over here because now it is risky to keep it around this area. If it keep falling, that means it will go for this sell side liquidity, which I don't want to see. So that is why my stop loss is over here. This is a bearish market. Just make sure that not in rush. Still now I'm safe. Didn't close below this order block. Okay, got a stored at 10 handle loss here. That's cool. Why is that? I will talk about this after a bit. Just let him work first and would love to see how it is going to work around 2 p.m. Just lower. Did I get stopped out because of my trailing stop loss or not? Or that it is, I mean, did I get stopped out because of trailing stop loss or not? I need to make sure that first before going the explanation. I think it should keep falling now. Mhm, mhm. Come baby, come baby, come baby, come. Come, 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 come. It's okay if I get stopped out because of my trailing stop loss. It's okay because it in my logic it doesn't need to come back again below this low. It doesn't need to come back again. But if it is overzealous, take that liquidity before going higher. I'm okay with that. My trailing stop loss is bad, but I would love to work with just that logic. I'll tell you why I was looking for that buying opportunity. Just give me a little bit time. Let him start to run either way this way or that way. This place is very important. It really doesn't need to go higher again now because after this it has made an fair value gap over here around this area, so it can simply respect this area and then keep falling. It is more logical than going higher again, but as it was the macro time, just took that liquidity before going higher. It is also possible. This low I will just keep observing. Did I get stopped out just because of trailing stop loss or not? I'll tell you, okay, why I was looking for that buy. By the way, in the meantime, if anyone can tell me that why I was looking for a buy here, just let me know that, okay? Why I was looking for the buy market strength. And the fair value gap, another buying opportunity from this fair value gap. If it can make a fair value gap here. I mean, I don't need to wait for the retest here. Whenever this candle has closed, just try to frame the buy. That's all. Maybe. If there is a fair value gap, whatever fair value gap it will be, like any kind of fair value gap. This candle will close. Wherever it will close, that is a perfect place to look for buy. It doesn't need to come back again to this fair value gap. So if it can close very near to this gap, that could be another buying opportunity. Either way, if it doesn't work, it's okay. All I can see that here I got stopped out, just trailing my stop loss from here to here. That was my problem. That is why I got stopped out. Okay. I get a lesson over here. Don't trail your stop loss before confirming the order block. 100%. This body doesn't close. It has closed. It has closed. I would say it has closed. And it didn't come to this gap. So let's see if it can fall for this gap first before going higher again. Anybody can tell me why I was looking for that buy? Not a long-term buy, but a short-term buy. I mean, not for huge buy, maybe until these highs here, until that high. In the meantime, some kind of partial over here. So buy from there, stop loss below the candle which has made this fair value gap. There should be the partial until this high, maybe that could be the target here. That could be the target. Something like this. The buy is from there. Stop loss below this candle which has made this fair value gap valid. Target is until this area. Until that area. This is a perfect area. 18 handle stop loss for 40 handle profit. Never ever look at my trailing stop loss. Just focus on the logic I give you. But if you focus on my trailing stop loss, you will hurt yourself a lot. Because I prefer to take re-entry if I get stopped out. I prefer re-entry instead of putting a huge stop loss, something like this. I will trail my stop loss in logic here. That's good. It's really bad decision when I do this type of trailing stop loss in life. Okay, until this area, 40 handle, boom. 15-minute last fair value gap, not yet broken. Absolutely. Thank you, Jack. That was the reason. Okay, let me come to this price action bit. Start from the 50-minute chart. So this is that 15-minute chart. As you can see here, this is that daily volume imbalance. In the morning session, I told that I want to see the fall from this gap. When Jack asked me what is going to change your bias from bullish to bearish, what do you want to see? So I told him exactly that. I want to see that this market will work with this fair value gap over here around this fair value gap. If it is overzealous, it can work with this order block, which is the propulsion block as well. Highest up close body close candle has been traded over here. Otherwise, this is the order block. It can work with until this order block highest up close body close candle. After that, I want to see that this market will keep falling for this sell side liquidity, this low and that low. They were relatively equal lows. A perfect sell side liquidity was over there from 15-minute chart. So market has made this sell side liquidity, this swing low here, that low and that low. Just a shallow run, so which is the obvious liquidity. I will put my stop loss just below that area. This was the sell side liquidity. So market worked with this area perfectly around this area, then fall, boom, went higher one more time. Another order block which has traded this fair value gap, trade that order block here perfectly, trade that order block, boom, again cleared. All of this sell side liquidity has been cleared. This sell side liquidity has been cleared. This is that 15-minute last fair value gap. So this candle low, that candle high, which is the 15-minute last fair value gap. After taking this sell side liquidity, market came to this 15-minute last fair value gap. I need some kind of reaction over here so that I can frame a sell setup for this relatively equal lows now. This low and that low. This is now my relatively equal lows, which is my sell side liquidity now. So that I can frame a sell setup for that sell side liquidity. Here, I'd love to talk about little bit in 1 minute chart. All you remember that this is that order block. This candle has traded this order block from 15-minute chart. So I'll keep a line over there. When I'll be in 1 minute chart, you are not going to lost. This is gonna be the 15-minute order block. And make it bold. Now I'm coming to this 1 minute chart. This is that same order block from 15-minute chart. This is all inside the lunch hour. Market trade that order block. Trade until this area. This fair value gap has been traded over here. After trading this, here was a market structure shift. There was two problems not to take that entry. First problem is there is no wick. This is not a swing low because this candle doesn't have any kind of wick. No wick at all. This is the first problem. I'm not seeing this is a market structure shift. Okay, this is the first reason not to think about the 22 YT model. After taking all of this buy side liquidity, market should provide me the market structure shift over here, but because of this no wick candle, I couldn't frame this as my market structure shift. Then this candle trade that fair value gap over here from this volume balance to until this volume balance, which is the entry fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap. So it tapped to this volume balance, this fair value gap, fall little bit, come back again to trade this order block from 1 minute chart. I don't see this candle as an order block as well. First of all, it is an indecisive candle. I like to trade, use my order block something like this type of candle. So this whole area I was watching, I couldn't go for that sell because of two reasons. First reason, no market structure shift. This is not my market structure shift. Second reason, no sell is valid when market is above this new day opening gap. No sell is valid. Even though my interest was market will keep falling, I couldn't take a sell from there. It was exactly to the top of this new day opening gap. I couldn't go for that sell from this area. So this was the two reason not to take that entry. It was inside the session, which is 1250. My session is going to start around 1250. Around 1250 market went higher, little higher, then fall dramatically. Didn't find any setup over there. Then when this candle appeared, I got another market structure shift. I wanted to take the sell from this gap. Market never provide me the entry opportunity over here. As you can see, though market has made the entry fair value gap and the last fair value gap, but it didn't provide me the entry over there. So I want to see this market will come here now, around this area. It will come around this area now. This is my interest to see right now. It is an unfinished business which should be finished around this area when market has provided the market structure sheet, perfect entry, everything has provided over here. It should keep going until this area, either this entry gap or the last gap. Any of this area should be traded before falling. If market would love to fall, it has to fall after coming here. So I'm showing you something. As I didn't get this market structure shift, all of this area, I don't care about that. Market doesn't need the perfect market structure shift. Market doesn't care about this new day opening gap. If it wants to fall, it can keep falling. I was looking for perfect setup. I didn't get it, though it was inside that session. Was looking for sell for this sell side liquidity because that was very clean from 15-minute chart, which has been made in the morning session. The way I told you in today's live, in the morning session, market will make the liquidity. In the PM session, market will take that liquidity. So market has made the liquidity in the morning session from 15-minute chart. It has taken the sell side liquidity in the PM session by the PM session, but I was not able to enter into the market. Then market fall came to this 15-minute last fair value gap. From 15-minute chart, I was watching that body didn't close below this 15-minute last fair value gap. Instead of that, it has made this sell side liquidity perfect. So I have some unfinished business that should be finished over here. From 15-minute last fair value gap, got perfect market structure shift here. This high has been shifted over there. A perfect market structure shift, fair value gap, immediate reaction, trade that fair value gap. Stop loss should be below this low. As I told, don't focus on my trailing stop loss. If I get a stopped out, I know how to take the re-entry. You also know that how to take the re-entry. But like I got stopped out in the morning session the way I showed you. If it doesn't take that low, specifically that low, whenever it will go and close above this fair value gap again, I would love to take re-entry over there wherever it will close. By the way it has closed and came to this area, now I'm observing to this gap. Can it reach until this area? So let me actually mark this gap. It is my interest to see now. Can it come over here? Yeah, no, I can't take the entry right now. My entry opportunity was over here. If I could hold that trade market, if it was not overzealous, to be honest, I didn't see that it was the macro time. That means around 2 p.m. It was around 2 p.m. Okay, this is the candle, exactly 2 p.m. candle. So I really didn't see it was the 2 p.m. Or the macro. It was not in my mind. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't put it over there. Either way, this was the setup from the PM session. If anyone want to take the entry, this was the logic. I'm not bullish. I'm not thinking that this market is coming all of this area. I'm not thinking that. I just need some kind of reaction from this 15-minute last fair value gap. In the meantime, from the 15-minute chart, as you can see, here is a 15-minute bearish gap, last gap, entry gap. So any of this gap, I want to see it will come to this last gap before falling again. For this sell side liquidity now, I have now this sell side liquidity. As it has been taken, I'm going to remove it around this area. So it will come here, it will start to fall again. That is my interest to see. I don't want to see that it will keep going higher. Yeah, I will start to think about buy again if this market can close above this new day opening gap. Forget about this new day opening gap. Instead of new day opening gap, think about this last gap. If this market can close above this last gap again, then it is bullish again. How far it can go? This area, all of this area is a trend line liquidity. It can go for that area again, which I don't want to see. I would love to see it will come here, then it will fall again for this sell side liquidity, and then all of this area it will be traded. So for this last fair value gap is holding the price. need to wait to see if it can reach over here. From 1 minute chart, if you ask me, can I take the entry right now? I will say, for example, here, this parabolic gap. Can I take the entry from this parabolic gap? I'm gonna say that, sorry, sir, there is no parabolic gap by the way. But if there was a parabolic gap and market trade that parabolic gap, it will keep going higher. It is possible, but not. I'm not able to take that entry. My entry should be at the beginning of this run here. My trade should be at the beginning of this run here. If I want to take a sell, it should be around this area. If I want to take a buy, that should be here, not there. Now is the time to wait how this market is going to reach to this area before falling. Before going higher, if it fall a little bit and then make another setup, I will be able to take that buy after the manipulation until this area, because this is an unfinished business. I just marked the entry gap, but the last gap is my more interest to see that this last gap from 1 minute chart, which is an unfinished business. So if it fall a little bit, make some kind of manipulation before going higher, that is much more confident entry for me. Otherwise, if it keep going higher, come until this area, I'll start to look for sell again for this sell side liquidity. Obviously not going to hold my trade for this sell side liquidity, but would love to take this any kind of sell and close it around anywhere in middle of that run. If it keep going higher, as I told from 15-minute chart, if it close maybe above this new opening gap, I'll change my bias and I'll start to think about that clean highs. This high has been taken over here by a shallow run. So this is an buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart, not from 15-minute chart. I'll start to think about that buy side liquidity if and only if 15-minute candle close above here. Until then, selling will be in my mind. I will keep looking for sell. I'll keep believing that this market will keep falling for all of this area, and especially exactly to this 50%, which is around 21087.25. I would love to see this market will fall over there. If anyone has any question, any confusion, you can ask me. And why I was looking for this buy, I believe that it is clear to you. In the meantime, let me know if anyone else was looking for that buy or not. I mean, you are thinking about that buy or not, or you took that buy or not. And before I showed, did you think about that buy? Just let me know that. Is 150 and 151 a order block? 150 and 151, 150, 151. No, these two candle, I don't see them as an order block. First of all, they didn't trade any kind of fair value gap. Okay, they didn't trade. But this candle has traded both this fair value gap and the 15-minute fair value gap. So this candle is a perfect order block. That is why I was believing this candle is going to hold the price. But market was little overzealous because of the macro. So it has made another fair order block here. So this two candle is the consecutive order block, or this two candle. Either way, it has traded this fair value gap and the 50-minute fair value gap. Both of them has been traded over here. But these candles, I don't see them as an order block. Not even this one as well. If this candle, this last down close candle, if it trade any kind of 1 minute last fair value gap, I can say this is an order block. I don't know it has traded any last fair value gap from 1 minute chart or not, and I will be able to see it. There is no fair value gap. Okay, to be honest, there is no fair value gap, so I'm not seeing it as an order block as well. No order block. Actually, after that big fall, I always look for this type of fair value gap will work with the upper portion of this fair value gap. It worked with the lower portion of this fair value gap just because it was the macro time. So 150 to 10 macro. As it was inside the macro, it was little overzealous or little Judas swing before hitting, going toward my direction. Any of you was thinking about the buy here, and anybody took the buy here, just let me know that, because you should think like that way. The way I frame that buy setup over there, you should frame the buy setup as well over there. You should do that. You should believe it. Trailing stop loss, don't focus over here, please, my request. My trailing stop loss is very bad. It's very bad. Most of the time I get stopped out. Here I will get stopped out. I'll take re-entry. 10 handle, I will sacrifice that 10 handle for that 43 handle. So please don't focus on the stop loss. According to the rules, it should be below the fair value gap. The candle has made this fair value gap. So over there. So in others live, you will see that they take that entry and they keep that like that way. But I actually trail my stop loss because that is my habit. Junichu, I took buy after the second close above the bullish fair value gap. So here, so you took the buy here. Okay, it is also cool, man. And that is my plan as well. I mean, if I get stopped out here and it close above the fair value gap again, above this fair value gap, when this candle will close, this candle open went little lower. That is my entry. Just little lower run. I will be in the market again. Stop loss will be the same area, just below that fair value gap until any kind of buy side liquidity. Maybe this last fair value gap could be my target here. That last fair value gap could be my target. I actually didn't notice that last fair value gap. It could be the target. I would look to try to take some kind of partial before that last fair value gap. Not convinced yet. Would love to see this market will come here first. Not convinced yet. This fall, I'm not convinced yet. So I don't want to see that this market will keep falling now and take that sell side liquidity. I am not convinced yet. So I would love to see this market will take some, do some manipulation over here. Then it will start to go higher again. If you think that it is a fall and market is going for the sell side liquidity, you want to take the sell anywhere. I don't know how, but if you find any selling opportunity, go for that. I'm just not convinced yet because it should reach until this area. Yeah, I can see that it has traded this order block, which to that specific fall, it has traded this order block, but I'm not convinced yet. So every fall is going to tell me that start to look for buy, start to look for buy. From 15-minute chart, this is the order block. The lowest down close body close candle, which has traded the 50-minute last fair gap. So this is that order block. I'm watching if this market can respect that order block before going higher. Micro, brother. Obviously micro. Hey Ravi, how are you, brother? I don't need to trade this PM session, right? In the morning session, we have outlined so many beautiful setup. So this PM session, we don't need to trade, but still that was a perfect entry over here. And I wanted to get that reaction. I got it. Perfect. I was very happy to catch that buy. I will throw that idea that market will come here. I'll throw that from my mind. If I see body can come back again close below this fair value gap one more time. If it happens, yeah, I'll throw that idea that market will come here, throw that idea from my mind, and I will start to look for sell for this sell side liquidity and then finally all of this area. But it would be the best if it could reach over here before falling. Then I could frame any kind of sell setup. So right now I will wait to see, is this market really would love to keep falling or does it want to go higher? Any kind of buying opportunity now, I'll go for that because market has done the manipulation. It has taken the liquidity. So any kind of buying opportunity now, I'll try to catch that buy. If any of you are thinking that market will keep falling from this fair value gap, maybe you're thinking that it will tap to this fair value gap and then it will keep falling, go for that. Thank you, Ravi. We're waiting for a reaction from 15-minute last fair value gap as you were. Mhm. Mhm. Now, if it like keep going higher, okay, without giving me any entry opportunity, keep going higher, I will have nothing to do. If it is not clear setup, I can't do anything. So I'll just let this go. Like the way it is going higher, I have nothing to do over here. I can do one thing. For example, this candle, see this gap, that gap. When this candle will close above this gap, I'm going to remove this gap. When it will close above this gap, what I can do, I can take a buy here. Stop loss is gonna be below this candle, which is here, the bullish gap, and target is gonna be there. Is that a good idea? In my opinion, it's not a good idea. So I'm not going to take even this entry because the way it is going higher, I have nothing to do. So I was waiting for a buy. Market didn't provide me the buying opportunity. It is like not a good thing. Okay, it's not a good thing. You are going to learn that when you saw this thing, how you can exit your FOMO from your mind. No, it is not falling. It should not fall. There is something that is unfinished. It should be finished first. It just didn't provide me the entry. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But if it could provide me any kind of buying opportunity, any kind of inverse parabolic gap, maybe this is the breaker block. Okay, maybe. See this candle, maybe it will work as a breaker block. So market will tap to this breaker block here, and then it will go higher, trade this area. You want to take that buy from there, stop loss here, it's up to you. I'm not saying this is a good candle size or the way it is trading, it is not convincing for me. So I'm not going for this trade. I will just let this go. I'll be happy that next time when it will be perfect or something good, I will be able to catch that buy. And I'm happy with that. You are just going to learn how to hold the bias. Why I am thinking that this market will come over here. What is the reason for that? Even if I had this buy side sell side liquidity, even if after that big fall, why I was not feeling to take sell here. Instead of that, I am more interested to take the buy. Okay. So I'll keep it like this way because either way, this should be the entry, that should be the exit. So I'll keep it like that way. Not interested to take the entry from here just because of the stop loss. If it was a small stop loss like until this area, actually it is logical, but it is risky actually. So yeah, we'll see. It is called precision. Thank you, Ravi. By the way, where are you, man? How can it be the inversion gap? No, I don't see this one as an inversion gap, brother. This one can be the inversion. It is also not the inversion gap. If you ask me here, where is the inversion gap? See this gap? This is the inversion gap around this area. It is my opinion only, okay? Here. This is the inversion gap, which actually didn't work. As you can see here, it worked little bit, little run after resting. Then it has violated this gap. Maybe I would get stopped out. And next time when it tapped to this gap, it should work the inverse way. This one. Because it tapped to this gap, this is the lowest gap. After tapping there, it just takes the liquidity. Never it takes the liquidity again. So here, this is the only inverse gap. Until reaching to this gap, especially this gap or that gap, I want to see this market will keep going higher. When it will reach in this area, then I'll start to think about the sell again. No buy is valid after reaching to this area. I prefer to take the buy around this area and the next opportunity to take the buy around here. But here actually I don't have any perfect things around this area. But yeah, we'll see. It is little risky because I can't even cover this whole gap. whole fair value gap. So that is why it is risky. 13 handle risk, if you think it is worthy to take that 13 handle loss, you can take that entry from this gap. But to be honest, the stop loss should be there, which I'm not able to do that because of the stop loss. So 13 handle is okay. You can try by 1 micro, okay, to be honest. Like, until this area, that should be at least, that should be the partial, then you can hold your trade until the new opening gap low. It is possible, but that should be the partial. It is forbidden, it has to be the partial. When the body will close above this candle, it should work as an order block. The body will close above this candle, it should work as an order block. That means it should not be breached. Market should not come back again closed below this low. একা বেঁচে থাকতে শিখো প্রিয়। I'm also observing this week 50%, which is the immediate rebalance week from 15-minute chart, as you can see here. Don't wanna see that market is going to close below this. Also, the stop loss can be little below that week 50%. That week 50% from 15-minute chart, so that I can make sure that market is not going to stop me out. So it can come back again until this week 50%. Though I don't want to see that, but it can reach until that area one more time. It's not a perfect setup, by the way. No inversion gap, no nothing, just an idea and possibility. That is why I told that if you want to go for this, you can go for by 1 micro contract. So far it has respected that 50% of that gap, though it's not an inverse gap we love to use for our entries, but it's an inverse gap as well. Not like the general inverse gap, okay, not like the perfect general perfect inverse gap we love to take the entries. But when the gap worked as an inverse way, it is the inverse gap, right? So it is a general inverse gap. That is why it is low probability. You can try by 1 contract, 1 micro contract, just for like, if you can get the profit, you will get like $60 profit, something like that. Or maybe can go with 2 micro contract, because 2 micro contract you will be able to take a partial here around this area. You will be able to take a partial and you can hold your trade until this 40 handle. So it's up to you, but it makes sure that it is the lowest leverage. Don't go for 1 mini contract, 2 mini contract. Don't do that. 1 or 2 maximum 1 or 2 micro contract. I should not say like this way that you please go for the trade. I'm just telling, okay, it's up to you. If you feel confident, go for that. If you don't feel confident, don't go for that. I should not tell like that way, please go for this trade or something like that. This candle should work as an order block now. This lowest down close body close candle, it should work as an order block. That means nobody should close below the 50% of that candle. Nobody, not even a single body should close below the 50% of that candle. So here it should not close below the 50% of that candle. So in this type of situation, what I do, I'll put my stop loss just below that order block, just one tick below that order block. That means if I'm wrong, I'll get stopped out by 7 handle, I'll get stopped out by 7 handle, as I got this perfect order block. And if I'm right, then at least I'll get 30%, 30 handle, and later I'll see if it can reach until 40 handle. I can put my stop loss to the break even if the body close above that high. I don't need to see the body close. Even if it go one tick above that high, my stop loss should be to the break even, because it can be the liquidity taken before falling again. So right now it should be like 7 handle stop loss, because it can come back again to retest this order block one more time. I can't put the stop loss to the break even right now before going above that high. Again, I am not saying any of you to take this entry, okay? I mistakenly slip of tongue. I told that you can go for 1 micro or 2 micro. This is just slip of tongue. Trading should be your decision, not my decision. My job is to explain the price action only. So stop loss will be just below that low, as it has taken that high. If no fair value gap, it should be to the break even. If there is a fair value gap, next time market will come here, stop loss will be below this unfilled fair value gap. It will go one tick above this line, one tick above that line. Stop loss should be below this unfilled fair value gap. My trailing stop loss is very bad, okay? So no need to follow my stop loss trailing. You can trade by yourself the way you would love to trade. But if I would love to trade, my stop loss will be here now, one tick below that unfilled gap, because it has taken that liquidity now. It doesn't need to come back again to this unfilled fair value gap before tapping some logical level. This should be the logical level, that entry gap, which is an unfinished business. If it doesn't reach over here right now with speed, that means it doesn't want to go over here before doing some manipulation again. So it can come back again to take this low one more time. This is my logic to put my stop loss below that unfilled gap. This down close body close candle should work as an order block, which is the middle order block. So even if it little fall, this wick should hold the market. Most importantly, the 50% of that wick should hold the market. That dotted line, it can fall, okay? It can fall bit, but it should not close below this dotted line now. Before reaching to this gap, stop loss is still below this unfilled fair value gap here. My trailing stop loss is very bad. Again, you don't need to follow this, but my stop loss will be below this unfilled fair value gap, one tick below this unfilled fair value gap. I'm going to believe this order block or that immediate rebalance weak 50%. It should not be breached. That means market should not close below this weak 50%. Otherwise, this is the order block. Okay, it didn't close below this week 50%. See this dotted line, it didn't close below this 50%. I'm still happy. Now it will trade the order block open, acceptable. Body should close above this 50% of that week. It will trade little bit, it is also acceptable. Body has to close above this 50%. All I want to see, it will work as an order block. That's all I want to see. The next up close body close candle I'll get, the next up close body close candle I'll get, my stop loss will be below that low. I mean, if it is an up close body close candle, my stop loss will be below that low. Not good. Body closed below this week 50%, not good. So it can come back again to trade this unfilled gap to make it filled, 100% filled. My stop loss is still below this unfilled gap, one tick below this unfilled gap. It is trading the open of this middle order block. It is also good. This favorable gap should work as an inverse gap. That means body will close above this gap, tap to this gap, keep going higher. Stop loss is here, one tick below this unfilled gap. So if I get stopped out, I'll get stopped out over here. This is my trading. I'll keep this over here like that way. The way this thing is over here, I'll keep it like that way. But if it go one tick below this gap, I'll get stopped out. Because I want to believe this is going to work an order block. It didn't work, so I will get stopped out here. That I got stopped out over here. I'll keep this thing here just to show you. Yeah, my trailing stop loss can stop me out lot of time. It's my opinion, my way of trading. But you will see the work. Is it working or not? The setup is working or not. You don't need to follow my trailing stop loss. I got stopped out already over here, so my trade is done over here. Now I'll keep watching this setup if it can go higher and hit the area I'm expecting it will hit. বেঁচে থাকতে শিখো প্রিয় তোমার নামে। How far it went actually? 23 handle. If I are trading, you would see that I got stopped out. Actually, most of the people doesn't do that. They actually keep the stop loss to the break even. They're happy with that. I trail my stop loss with the price action. Sometimes price doesn't support me and I got stopped out. It's okay. It's acceptable for me. Going to remove this one because it didn't work, so it doesn't need anymore. Why I trail my stop loss here? with so fast. Why I do that? Because I also seeing that it has traded this 15-minute bearish gap. So that specific candle has traded this bearish gap from 15-minute chart. So it can start to fall again. It doesn't. If it doesn't reach until this area, what is going to happen? I'll get this loss, 700 loss. After seeing 23 handle profit, why I will take that 700 loss, or maybe to the break even. I don't like it. So if I can make sure some profit over here, if market doesn't overzealous, didn't stop me out, I'll get my profit. If it is overzealous, stop me out over here, I'm okay with that. Or maybe stop loss could be below that candle which has made this unfilled fair value gap. Then it is safe. It's up to you. But whole decision is over here, and I keep saying, don't follow my stop loss, trailing stop loss. Never ever do that. Except my stop loss, trailing stop loss, you can follow everything. Just don't follow my trailing stop loss. I'm not bearish yet. Until it doesn't come here, I'm not bearish. I won't look for any kind of sell, or until market come here below this fair value gap, I won't look for any kind of sell. So my selling will be start from either this area or from this area. Any of this area, my selling will start. Until then, I will keep looking for buy. Still, it is a buying opportunity for me. Still, I'm believing that this market will come here and trade over there. But if you want to look for sell, if you think that this market will keep falling, there is a selling opportunity for you, go for that. Please. I need speed through this fair value gap right now. This fair value gap, I need speed through this fair value gap so that I can use this fair value gap as an inverse gap and work as the way I was expecting. Don't wanna see it will be respected and market will start to fall. I don't wanna see that. Oh, by the way, it's not valid yet because body didn't close. It's not valid yet. So I have to wait to see the body close first. It's not valid yet. I'm going to remove this one, but keep that in your mind. That was our thinking. It will be validated when the body will close above this parallel gap. Clean highs. I don't like this type of clean highs. Tito, I had a question. What was your question, brother? By the way, I would get stopped out. I mean, either way, it could be the stopped out because after that big fall, nobody, not even a single person, will keep their stop loss over here. So everyone will put the stop loss to the break even, and obviously that is the stopped out to the break even here. So this thing I'm going to stop. I mean, it respect until this area, 23 handle, then it started to fall. This is that fair value gap which is supporting this market. I didn't want to see that. Body wanted to see close above this one, tap to this area, keep going higher. Not interested to look for sell yet. I'm not interested. Though it has traded this 50-minute last gap, which we are expecting that it will respect from that gap. I need something very clean, and that is that unfinished business. So until it is not finishing this business, I can't look for sell. I will look for sell if and only market close below this parallel gap. Then I will start to look for sell for this sell side equity. Otherwise, everything is gonna tell me the buying opportunity. So here I'm seeing that low, high, lower low, unfilled fair value gap has been filled. If the body can close above this candle, it's another buying opportunity from the breaker block. If any of you are thinking sell from this fair value gap, please go for that. I am not interested to look for sell yet until price doesn't reach to this area. So every single type of opportunities I'll go for that. For example, if it can close above this parallel gap, I'll look for this retest and until this area. Another buying opportunity for me. What was your question, Jack? It is little overzealous. Okay, this market is little overzealous. Whatever it is doing over here, it's not cool. It's not cool. So in this type of situation, I don't know how long you can put a stop loss too far, but anyone, I believe that anybody will put their stop loss to the break even. After that big run, anybody will put their stop loss to the break even, and it came exactly to the break even, stopped out, then it is going higher. That is my belief. Okay, but still, if you didn't put your stop loss to the break even, maybe you kept your stop loss below this order block, maybe you will be okay. I don't know. So this clean highs has been taken. Let's see if it can close above this parallel gap. That is my another entry opportunity. So if this candle tap to this gap here, that is my another entry opportunity. I will be in the market again. This is my target. Stop loss is over here. 1:1, 11:11. When I will get stopped out here, when I put my stop loss one tick below that low, I mean below that unfilled fair value gap, I got stopped out here. I'll take re-entry around this area until this area by believing that this market will come over here. Here, this fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, my stop loss covered that bullish fair value gap. This bullish fair value gap. It has just covered that bullish fair value gap. This is the first time market closed above this fair value gap. Next candle tap to this gap. I would love to take the buy from there until this area. Stop loss here below that fair value gap. 11 handle stop loss for 11 handle profit. At least here or partial should be there. Target is here. Anything you want to do. So let me put it until this 20 handle. After the partial, obviously after the partial. It should be the partial. Jack, what is your question, brother? It's here up. Usually it's enough to reach 15-minute gap to look for short. Why today you will wait to reach 1 minute last fair value gap? Time, brother. Time. Look at the time. It's almost end of the day. So I don't think so. This market will come here by the rest of the time. So it's almost the last hour. So in this last hour, I need something very specific. It can't come here. It has low probability to come here. So I need some unfinished business to finish first because of the time. Usually I start to look for sell if it was like around 2 p.m. If it was around 2 p.m., I would start to look for sell from this fair value gap because of the time. First time, then price. So this is why I need to finish the business here first. This is the unfinished business that should be finished because of the time. This is the last hour. So that will be my next entry, partial here, target until this new opening gap low. Okay. My next entry opportunity from there, either this breaker block, if you would love to use this one as a breaker block, because after filled the unfilled fair value gap, is that unfilled fair value gap, it has filled, make the breaker block low, high, lower low. Highest up close body close candle is the breaker block. I would love to use this gap instead of this breaker block, whatever you want to do. That should be the partial. Stop loss to the break even, target maybe this new opening gap low, or maybe until this relatively equal highs, or but I would love to keep it until this new opening gap low. Exactly. The time is telling me that I have to finish the business here first. Then if it wants to go fall, we will look after that. But the time is telling me, brother, you can't just think about the sell right now before finish the business. It's the last hour. I don't have that much energy to reach over here now. I don't have that much energy. If I want to go over here, I'll go over here around 3:30. So 3:30, I will start to fall again. Until then, let me finish some unfinished business. Here, time is the factor. Okay. So let's see if it can give me the boom to this. Jack, did you get your answer, brother? Let me know that, okay? Please. I would, if I take this entry, I'll get stopped out to this unfilled fair value gap. One tick below here, I'll get stopped out because I don't believe this market need to come back here. Then I'll take re-entry, and there is my boom. Partial 11 handle, profit around 20 handle. Boom. First entry there. If you work with your logic, perfectly worked here for 46 handle. Maybe until this last fair value gap, okay? So until this area, 46 handle. Next entry opportunity, low probability. In my opinion, this is low probability. But still, as I told, you can go for 1 or 2 micro contract, and I'll get stopped out here. I'll take re-entry over here with full confidence that this market is coming at least to this fair value gap. Now, if I take a partial over here, put my stop loss over there, I'll let the rest run go until the new day opening gap low. 20 handle, booked. Morning session came, framed to trade, will go with my profit. Simple. My real trade was here. Basically, that was my real trade. So when you are looking for some specific setup and you didn't get an opportunity to take the entry, instead market was extremely bearish. See this bull run, boom. This fair value gap. Keep that in your mind. Next time, this fair value gap is important. It is an unfinished business because you are looking for an entry opportunity over there. Above this 15-minute last fair value gap, you got the market structure shift here. This is the last fair value gap, that is the unfinished business. So next time when market will start to fall, or you will feel confident that this market is now going to fall, this last fair value gap is the unfinished business. Until market doesn't reach to this last fair value gap, you don't change your bias. Don't change your bias until it doesn't reach over here. It came to this logical level. See this last fair value gap? Just let me mark the last fair value gap, which is over here. Okay, here. Any kind of selling opportunity is gonna be my confidence to go for the sell now. If it keep going higher, what I will do? Nothing. No more entry opportunity for me to take the buy. Now I will only keep thinking about sell for this sell side liquidity. I mean this fair value gap and then this sell side liquidity. Any kind of selling opportunity now. Ravi, thanks for the boom. By the way, anybody took that entry? Let me know if anyone took that entry or not. This PM session, actually, I talked to you guys with truthfully. Okay, AM session, I always care about the people who are watching me. They want entry. I give them the entry. But this PM session, I'm showing you the real trading here. How can I take entry? I get stopped out. I'll take re-entry. Like here, got stopped out here. I got stopped out here. I don't care. I'll take re-entry over here. That candle just tapped little lower. I'm in the market again until this area. Until market doesn't reach to this entry cap or the last cap, I'll keep holding my bias to that area. Now it reached in a certain level. I am interested to look for a selling opportunity now. Buy is done for me. Now, if this market will keep going higher, that means no, man, don't touch it. It's telling me don't touch me. I'm gonna destroy everything. Whatever you got profit, I'm gonna destroy you. Mhm. Jack, did you get your answer? Please let me know that, brother. But you guys never ever follow my trailing stop loss. I keep saying that because it's a bad habit. I know that it's a bad habit, but I feel good because here, as you can see, if I put my stop loss to the break even, if I wouldn't trail my stop loss, I would get that profit. I agree with you. But I was able to take re-entry around this area. But if I was wrong, I would get that 17 handle loss. I'm not interested to get that 17 handle loss. I will prefer 10 handle loss because I know I will be able to take that re-entry and will be able to mitigate my loss. Here, if I put my stop loss around this area, I will cover little profit. So from there, 37 to until this, maybe this candle low, okay, 37, 40, maybe 3 handle, little profit over there. Okay, with that, got a stood out, no worries. We'll wait for that candle close, re-entry until the logical level I am expecting. Yeah, if it doesn't provide me the entry, it keep going higher, I miss that trade. I'll try to take another opportunity. It came to this area, let's see if it can provide me another selling opportunity or not. No need to rush, but just need to wait. If it can provide me selling, I will go for that sell. Thank you, Jack. And thank you so much for all of you, to all of you for writing boom and the penguin. Okay, guys, I just came here to explain this thing and I'm done for that. I hope that this session was not that much worthless. The whole explanation is give you little bit insight about this market. Now I'm going to close the session, but before closing my session, as I told you, I'm not interested to look for buy anymore. I want to see this market will fall now, at least until this fair value gap here, that fair value gap. I want to see it will keep falling. If it would love to keep going higher, I have to let this go. I can't take the buy because it's already done its job. I love to take the entry at the beginning of the run. Almost every time you will see that I'm framing my trade at the beginning of the run. Here, this is the run. Here, that is the run. I would love to frame my trade at the beginning of this run. At the beginning of this run, remember here? Here, at the beginning of the run. Not here, around this area. I don't like to take entry around this area because it has already done its job. Same thing over here. It has already done its job. Next level, I don't know. If it wants to come here, which is an obvious liquidity, obviously it can come over here. There is nothing wrong that market can't come to this area. Obviously it can come over here, but I'm not able to take that run from now. A lot of things are over here that can stop the market and send it lower again. So why I will take the risk over here? At the beginning, I got that run. I'm happy with that. Or here, I'll happy with that, but not now for that buy sell liquidity. Time is very crucial over here. It is the last hour. If market is overzealous, obviously it can come over here. I'm not saying that it can't come over here. Obviously it can come over here, but I'm not interested to take that run. Instead of that, I'll start to look for selling opportunity. If it provide me sell, I'll go for that sell. If it doesn't provide me the sell, I'll just let this run go because trading should be done here. How many winning trade do you need in a day? Yeah, the first here, second there, third here. These three opportunity today, PM session and morning session I showed you in the morning session. Thank you guys for being here. If anyone has any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'm gonna close my session. And best of luck until tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I have to go for praying. So in the morning session, maybe I will be a little late. Maybe 10:30 I will start trading, or I'll start to talk all of this bullshit again. Non-stop talking, non-stop talking, non-stop talking. If anyone has any question, let me know. Otherwise, done. Everyone, have a nice day. Don't forget to push the like button before leaving. It's my request. Just a like, please. It's a request. Nobody has no any question. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you. Bye bye.